This is not very good video, all handheld, but a pretty good story. I'd gone down to the rainwater pool and I was on my way home, and in the distance I saw some coyotes, the usual pair, the male and the female. Male's on the right, female's on the left. I watched them for a while, getting as best pictures I can, and when they went out of sight I just kept walking. And eventually I crossed their tracks, so I eventually started to try to follow them and walked up the hill, and I'd get occasional glimpses of them in the distance, and then they kept going and I just kept going when I walked across their trail. And occasionally then I'd watch the crows, because that's the other thing you see this time of year. And they were pretty spectacular today. It's like very interesting that, they've been coming mostly right before dark, and now they're coming earlier. So I was walking with the coyote tracks. There were coyote tracks all over the place, and I watched them and got tracks, and sometimes I got two pair of tracks, near each other. I followed, and occasionally I would get another glimpse of the coyotes and across the valley or up on the hill. And every time I did, I watched them for a while, and then I'd watch the crows again. This is two coyote tracks, both of them were walking this way. The male and female are a pair, and they tend to travel together this time of year. I used to see them a lot more individually, but since the pups are all gone, you see them traveling as a family. I was still following the tracks. I looked across the valley and I got a glimpse of one, and then I got a glimpse of the other one. And that was about all I got right then. Later on, one of them was going down the hill, going into the valley. Eventually they went into the valley. There's the male, and I lose the male and I start watching the female. I think the female comes out from behind there. And so I watched them, and eventually they went down the valley, and I just eventually lost track of them, and I just headed for home. But the adventures had not finished. Last glimpse of the female going away. Right after the female leaves, I look up and there's a hawk, and it's being chased by the crows. So I actually got a few seconds of half-decent hawk video, but just a few seconds. And after that, we just watched the crows until it was time to get home.